behind us. Aren't we sideways?
Mm-hmm.
So how do?
There you go.
That look pretty good?
Yep.
Good, everybody? Okay. Well, it's listed, so we got that. We'll turn our butts to show. I think we should have our chairs at the
After what I've been through in my basement, the water, I'll just bend over and
do the basement. What about you?
today.
I saw where it was going. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This meeting tonight is being called to order entitled hearing for the 2027 budget. And the approval of the minutes from the June 29th meeting. Are there any corrections or additions to these minutes? We all got a copy of them.
Mm-hmm.
I make a motion to approve these minutes. Do we have anybody that makes a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes.
Brenda makes a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Wanda seconds the motion. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? No, minutes are approved. Right, we'll find them.
Can you just pass it along?
I thought she was showing us the minutes.
The second on our agenda is review of proposed budget for 2027. Are there any questions or concerns on that?
Everybody got their copy right to them. You don't need to look anymore. Right. Okay.
The hearing on this budget will be September 8th, 2026 at 7 p.m. The third item on our agenda is amendment to a rainy day fund resolution.
So the only change that was on that, so I had spoken with the State Board of Accounts, thinking that we had to have approval from them before transferring the money. We talked about the last board meeting, and they said that we didn't as long as we had our policy. And so I sent them a copy of our policy, and he, the gentleman just said that he would recommend that we add a statement that says unobligated cash balances from the township fund may be transferred to the rainy day fund. This amount transferred shall not exceed 10% of the total annual budget. So that line has just been added to this policy, and so it's a resolution, it's an amendment to that resolution. So, but it will have to be signed if everyone approves that.
Do we have a motion to approve this?
Yeah.
I'll second.
Wanda makes a motion, Jen seconds it. All in favor?
Should be easy to do.
There's no opposing. Okay. The fourth item on our agenda is transfer of funds.
And this is just for reporting only, but we did transfer $1,000 from the township services and charges care of cemetery to the township and services charges insurance bond. So we did have an increase in our insurance this year. So anyways, we needed to transfer to cover the extra money that we needed in insurance and bonds. So it wasn't $1,000. We just did the even number of $1,000. So anyways, that's how we were able to cover that expense through that line item.
300,000 to 600,000. Is that what the increase is? It's like,
I think it was about $500. What does it say?
For the premium is
For the premium.
500. This is the coverage.
mhm.
Yep. And we actually went around and listed all the contents and everything this time.
Yes.
So, which had not been done.
And there's a lot.
So it was the addition of the basketball court and then, yes. And then we also increased the replacement cost of the building because it was only $300,000. And so I just got some recommendations and they said to replace it was probably be closer to $600,000 to replace. So, that increase and then the contents increase and then the courts being added was the reason. Yeah, sorry.
Does that have anything to do with the improvements and everything here too?
Well, yeah, those would be improvements, even just like if the building had to be, if we were to have a fire or something, I mean, it would probably cost about $600,000 to build a structure similar. I mean, we would never get the character or anything, I guess, out of a building like this, but to have the space that we have.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of what we went with that recommendation.
On the back of our paper here, we see the capital improvement plan must be updated in September 2026. In the list here, these are some of the projects we might consider putting on the list.
And I do have the list from last year, so our policy from last year. So the amount does that, it's kind of an estimate. So this is, if we have cash balances. I mean, if we have a cash balance, then they like to, the state board of cancer, they want to know that we have a plan for that money. And so in our capital improvement plan last year, so some of our things are kind of got treated, I guess, for one reason or another. So we didn't go right in the order of what we had. So we had the pavilion as being our project for this year. Instead, we went with the basketball court. So those were flipped. So anyway, these are just ones on this list are just things that we've kind of talked about a little bit in the past and just suggestions. Anyway, most of these are on that plan though. So we had cemetery restoration work each year. So we have it in 26, 27, 28, 29. The cost of the supplies to clean the stones went up quite a bit. So I think that budgeting $6,000 opposed to just $5,000 would help us keep, making the progress that we have. So that's why I put the $6,000 on there. Is there anything that stands out to you guys? I did get a estimate on burying the propane tank, and it's like, it's only like in the $5,000, so that's for a new tank and to bury it and everything. That would be a capital project that we could do before the end of this year. That's an option that we have.
I think it's a good idea.
I do too. It's be safer, I think, and just give us more space.
With the car.
Now, our last meeting, we talked about the high school memorial. Were you able to see any more info on that?
So actually, I got an email, so that was kind of been a big thing, so when I was looking into the GIS, I noticed that it said that monument belonged to the town of Hugo. So anyway, I actually got this email this morning. It says, "Good morning, I had Penny look at the 2 deeds I was questioning, and she confirmed that it was Eugene Township's, and the deed I sent you is the correct one." So there was confusion on the deeds, and so that property was listed in the, it was in the assessor's office and in the recorder's office as belonging to the town of Cuba. That's why I didn't want to put anything in because I didn't know. So I just dug through, I have a whole list of, I went through all the minutes and everything, and that's the only thing that I could find was like in I think it was 94, maybe 96, somewhere in that, was when we received that deed. But then they weren't sure if something else had happened between that date and 2010. So there were some discrepancies. But anyways, I did get this, and she said that I will find out for sure and let you know for sure how that works. And so,
Who did you contact?
so this is Stephanie Pugh,
Oh,
who is
okay.
the first deputy recorder. And so she's the one who really helped me, to piece it all together to see.
She's just looking into it.
Yes, yeah. So it was a lot of digging for them too, though. I mean, so I think it kind of sounds to me what happened is there were 2 properties that are very close together, maybe adjacent, and one of them does maybe belong to the town of Cuba. And anyway, they just weren't filed right at some point a long time ago. And so anyway,
That was the Cuba grade school playground, right there.
right there on that corner, I didn't know that it was the
Well,
play.
it didn't go that far over to the corner. It stopped about, I don't know, like where the house starts, where the houses start, right?
Yeah.
And then there was some trees, and then it was the road.
Yes.
So that'll be interesting to find out after we've already worked on it.
I know. I was like, oh my goodness, we've already done some investments in them. So anyways,
It's a good investment.
yeah. So we should be good to go. They still haven't given me a clean check and say, yes, go for it. But anyway, but hopefully that will be in, and that is why I did not post that on I didn't do the survey because
Understandable.
I didn't want to have to retract that.
Any thoughts or comments or ideas?
I like the idea of a pavilion. That would be nice too, wouldn't it?
I do too. Yes. Now, will the bathrooms be connected to the pavilion?
It's kind of been suggested that they are not connected. They should be kind of apart because of, food and all that, and the separation. So, most likely, I think that the privy is what it'll be called, will be on the, I guess the south side of the old outhouse, and then the pavilion will be kind of in this area
Right. So that people can sit and watch their kids.
Yeah, sure.
That would be nice. It just looks better and better out
I
there.
know.
It's very nice.
And I actually, Jeremy Fortner, so we do have all of the equipment except for the tall fence has been hard to locate. That's going to go between the courts. And so, to my knowledge, that's not come in yet, but everything else is here, and then they will install that. And hopefully, at the 1st of September, we will know if we receive the grant money to finish to paint the surface. If we don't receive that, we'll either have to look for another grant or we'll have to wait until next year to paint that because we don't have that in our budget. Because we can only spend 10% of the assessed value. And so we're limited, we can't pass that,
Who
so.
did you go through for the grant? I forgot.
This grant is from, the Community Foundation.
Oh, great.
And the
They've given
request
to the jail before.
they're very generous, and our request was, it was close to 6,500, so.
What else do we have left to do out here? Besides
You mean
the-
just with this?
Just with this part?
It would just be the, just installing the equipment that we have and then painting the surface, and it's ready to go. And even the painter said that, you know, if we are in a situation where we aren't able to paint this season, he said it's still okay for people to play on it. So, but he recommended that we not put lines down until, because it messes up, I think, the process when they put, you know, the final paint on.
Right.
So if we have to, we'll just have to wait. I won't need striping or anything until it's painted professionally. I guess.
And the only end we're putting the fence up is just this end down here?
So this end has a short fence, this end will, which we have that fence, it's
Okay.
here. It's the tall fence that divides the courts.
Okay.
It's either 8 or 10 feet, I'm not sure, which they, were purchasing it, but they were, so it was Fortners who were doing that, and so it was hard to find, I guess, the fencing, so I'm not really positive at this point. Either was fine,
That bird hit the window.
8 foot or 10 foot, either one was, we're going to be
Windows are too
sufficient.
clean.
Must do a good job.
I
Okay, the capital improvement
That was
plan will,
fun.
the capital improvement plan will be ready for procedures at the budget adoption meeting.
And so that will be considered to, it'll be called a hearing too for the capital improvement. So that'll be a hearing, so it'll be a combination, budget adoption and capital improvement plan hearing on that one day.
Okay.
I've never seen them look so far ahead into the plan like this before.
It's
I think
nice.
it's important to do that, yeah.
Okay, and no more discussion, we'll adjourn this meeting.
Did they capture me going,